Hi, I'm Gisela Guajardo, and I'm a Grand Prairie-based artist, actor, filmmaker, and writer. Today, I'm going to talk to you about doodling. And you might notice where I am. I'm actually in a library. It's a nice, free public space and good to get out of the sun. I'm going to show you a couple of books I like from here. This is going to be a drawing pets book. And this is my favorite page with a ferret. It's going to be kind of similar to what I'm teaching you today. And I also like the nonfiction books for drawing as well, just so I can get a little bit more detail. Now this is going to be a little bit harder than what we're doing today, but it's a good idea if you're really good at drawing. Now, let's get started. Let's talk about emotion. Like this doodle right here of me. What do you think I'm feeling? Do you think I'm feeling happy or angry or sad? Most people would say happy because I'm waving like this and I've got a smile on my face. So when we're making art, it's really important to think about how we're communicating to other people, and we want to show them how we feel. So whether that be using our mouths, smiling, or our noses, or our eyes, or our eyebrows. So that's what we're going to work on today. Let's talk about shapes. Which of these shapes looks happy, and which shape looks angry? Most people would say that this shape looks happy, and this shape looks angry. Now, why do you think that is? It has to do with these round corners. So round shapes are perceived to be more happy, and angry shapes are spiky. Another thing that helps with our shapes is faces. And that's what I'm going to teach you next. There are several ways to do faces. You can have your faces lower on your person or higher on your person. I personally like to do my faces lower, but it's important that you decide which one that you like better. So, let's start with the head. I like to draw my heads kind of like a square and a circle put together. Sometimes I also like to draw them like peanuts, but we'll use that for a different time. Now we're going to start with the eyes, and I personally like doing big circle ones at the bottom. I like to fill them in, and you can also color them in with whatever color your eyes are. There are also eyes that are very serious, and these start with a line at the top and a half circle at the bottom. And you can also do oval eyes. Which do you like the most? Then I go and start for the nose. I like to draw my characters with very pointy noses because I think I have a pointy nose. You can also do more rounded noses and very straight and round noses. Now, eyebrows can tell you a lot about how someone is feeling. If they're happy or surprised, they're going to have round eyebrows like this. If they're angry, they'll be very spiky, like our spiky shapes. And if they're thinking, they'll have one right in the middle and one slanted like that. You can do a smiley face, an angry face, or maybe a kind of happy face, a slanted one. And our hair is a big deal too. Since this guy in the center is happy, I'm going to give him round hair. And I always like to make my little people look like my friends, so they all look different. Since he's angry, I'm going to give him very spiky hair. And I think I'm going to give this one really curly hair. My best friend has big curly hair. You can always start in pencil when you're sketching, just to make sure everything looks nice and tidy. But I personally like to draw in marker and pen, just because I think I have more fun that way, and when I make a mistake, I have to keep going. Next, we're going to talk about how we draw our bodies. Let me show you a picture. So in this picture, I have included 3 ideas for our angry people and 3 ideas for our happy people. Now, something important to think about besides our expression is the way that we use our body. So our arms are really important when we're telling a story. So these angry figures either have their arms crossed, their hands on their hips, or their arms down, and an important thing is that they're all inwards towards our body. It means we aren't ready to share, like if we're shy, or if we're just not ready to receive and not talk. I like drawing angry figures because I don't think a lot of art shows angry people, and I think it's okay to be angry sometimes. Whether we drop our ice cream cone or whether it's something serious, I think it's really important. So, our happy people will always have our arms outwards. They'll be ready to receive, like this one, ready for a hug. And she looks ready for a hug too, or maybe she just won something and she's surprised. And our third character over here looks very calm and their arms are open, and none of our arms are crossing anywhere. They're always out. So, let's use one of each of these poses to make some figures of our own. Let's go. Onto our happy character. I'm going to start rounded at the top, little square bottom, boop. I'm going to draw some ears. Now I want this person to be happy, and I'm going to give them some very big eyes. And let's see, I think I will color them in. And I think I want to give them a very pointy nose. Another little mustache and a smiley face. I'm going to give them some big eyelashes. I like to do my eyelashes like this because I like when people have those big eyelashes. And now I'm going to move to the beginning of the body. I'm just going to draw them out like that and focus on our arms. So I think I want them to be like a gymnast. So I'm going to have one of their arms out like that because they're happy, and I think they're going to be posing that. And let's go ahead and do some hair, some round hair, because happy shapes are round. There we go. And then I'm going to draw her feet. And then their little unitard, their knees, and some little shoes. Now I'm going to give them a little heart in the middle, some little designs. And I really do think that it doesn't really matter. I focus on my character first and then the background, because I like to think that my characters kind of tell me what's going on and why they're so happy or why they're so mad. And right now I think she's so happy because she won first place. And now she's ready to be colored in. So she's happy because she has these big round eyes and this big round smile and this big round hair. And her arms are outwards. And I think I'm going to give them a name. Let's see. I think this is kind of silly, but hear me out. I think I'm going to name them Bunny. All right, let's go on to the next one. let's get started with our angry figure. Round head, square bottom. And I'm going to start with these round ears. And since our character is angry, I'm going to start with straight lines and half circles at the bottom. So go ahead and color these in. And I think I want my character to have a round nose. And since they're angry, they're going to have some spiky eyebrows. I'm going to give them a little mustache and an angry face. I think I'm going to give them some earrings too. So we'll choose the crossed arms. It's going to be kind of like a bean. Connect them. And then you're going to draw a curve here and a straight line here. Then we'll draw 2 diagonal lines for the body. And don't worry if the arms didn't turn out how you wanted them to. It does take some practice, and sometimes I mess up too. So I'm going to draw a unitard on him. And I almost forgot our hair. So it's going to be spiky, because angry shapes are spiky. Probably have some spikes. Now I'm going to go ahead and do some spiky designs inside of their unitard as well. Just because I like putting my characters in clothes that I wish I could wear, or that I don't have that I wish I could wear. And I think it's nice that we can express ourselves with our own clothes, but we can also express ourselves with our characters' clothes. I'm going to draw some little hair on their arms too. And let's see. What is our character mad about? I think I'm gonna have them drop their ice cream cone. And what should we name them? Martin. So, we can see that Martin is very angry from his eyebrows being so pointy and his smile being upside down. And look at those crossed arms. Now again, these are going to take a lot of practice, but again, I like to think of it as a little bean. So, we know from our spiky shapes that Martin is angry, and we know from our round shapes that Bunny is happy. And once we get used to using our arms and our faces and our hair and just using our bodies as a way to communicate to other people, then we can start including our backgrounds that are going to be connected, and things can get a lot more complicated that way. But I think you guys will be ready for it soon after practicing. Here are some more happy and mad examples. I think it's really important to continue to practice our arms and our faces and focus on those first. And remember, all of our little characters can have different body types, different hairstyles, different things that they're wearing. And remember to try and make them look as much like your friends as possible, so we can draw lots of different figures with lots of different personalities. It's very important. So I'm going to leave these here for a second so you can use these as references in case you want to make some more characters. Yay! You're all done! Thanks for doodling with me. I hope you had fun. And remember to keep practicing, and when you make mistakes, just keep going. It's a lot more fun. Bye! See you later.